It's day 52, the same number of days of this podcast as there are weeks in a year. Again, it just kind of blows my mind that the 7 days of creation in Genesis, which was written like 4,000 years ago, serves as the basis for our modern calendar. My partner is currently flying to Portland from the East Coast, and we are exchanging text messages while she's on the flight. And that technical achievement is just kind of mind-boggling when I think about how we've gone from, in my lifetime, phones that were tied to the walls in our kitchens in a lot of homes, to being able to exchange text messages with somebody who is in a plane at 30,000 feet, probably 2.5 time zones away now. And it kind of put me in mind of the one and only time I did an open mic stand-up. I wrote a whole routine about how people always say, "Where's my flying car?" when they're talking about being disappointed in the state of technology or the future they were promised, and why that's just totally fucking ridiculous. Because all kinds of reasons. People can't drive in 2 dimensions. You want to give them a 3rd dimension, even if they are piloting themselves with some kind of AI somehow. That also doesn't prevent you from just forgetting to change the oil and having it seize up and crash. And so how are you going to insure your house if cars can just drop out of the sky and crash through your roof? A lot of reasons why that's a silly and reductive thing to use as an example of the future not being great. But also, it completely glosses over the fact that we have this amazing ability to communicate with people all over the world. We have access to all of this information. And yes, I know there are downsides of the disinformation and the reach of propaganda and the ability to radicalize people. I understand that there are downsides to it, but in a lot of ways it is still kind of miraculous as a technology. And so I personally would take the future of communication and information and that resource over an absurd and dangerous form of personal transportation every time. So that's what I'm thinking tonight, how different the world is from the way it was when I was growing up, the good and the bad, and how baffling it is that so many people haven't updated their conception of what counts as futuristic in light of that. I just find that really interesting. So, and hopefully you do too. Thank you for sitting through this rant. I'm sure you will be at least as receptive to it as the audience of other wannabe stand-ups was at that open mic. Shout out to Underground Comedy in Des Moines. It's not their fault that I didn't ever get up again. It was entirely my own. But that's a whole other story. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you again soon.